Hi, everybody. It is so good to see you all here. I'm Juston Payne. I lead the product management team for XR at Google. We're building Android XR, many of the first-party applications that will run on XR, and we're working with many of you to build and scale this new operating system. So I feel like this is such an exciting time to be here at AWE. We're really living through this inflection point. And for me, it's felt like it's been a long time coming. And when I say a long time coming, I'm going to be specific here. It's felt like it's been about 13 years. All right, show of hands. Does anybody here happen to remember the first original Google Glass Vision video? Yeah, this is why I like being at AWE. People actually have seen it. So that video came out 13 years ago, 2012. And what it showed was somebody living in New York City, going about their day, getting the right timed information at just the right moment. And there was this one vignette in particular that really caught my attention. So I was living in New York, getting my MBA, and it showed somebody walking into the 6 train, and this message flashes up on the screen. The subway service is suspended. And man, I could totally feel that. And so this vision had me totally hooked. It was this idea that you can use computers to know exactly what you need to know in the moment, to see exactly what you need to see at just the right time. And I've actually spent my whole career ever since then working on that, trying to make devices smarter and easier to use so that they can take action on your behalf. Now, as it turns out, doing this sort of thing was a little bit harder than we thought at the time. But that's okay. We've been working on it. It's why we all have jobs, right? And the reason that we're here today is to talk about how a simple vision like this, and then much more sophisticated ones that have emerged since then, across both glasses form factors and headsets, are now becoming possible. So there has been a lot of development, as we all know, in the space over the past decade plus. Massive strides forward in both hardware and software. But perhaps no area has seen more rapid and substantial development than AI. Large language models are making it so that we can converse naturally with computers, just talking to them, as if we're talking to each other. Multimodal AI is making it so that AI can actually understand what's going on around us to give us more intelligent responses. And these models are fast now. They're fast enough so that you can actually talk to them as if I'm talking to one of you in the audience. And they can even take action on my behalf to make things really easy, with my permission, of course. Now, meanwhile, displays have been advancing tremendously. We're now at a place that you can have these beautiful, rich, immersive displays that wrap a screen fully around you, or you can have transparent in-lens displays that make the real world into your screen. We call this whole collection of experiences extended reality, or XR, hence Android XR. One platform for everything from fully immersive headsets all the way to lightweight AI glasses and everything in between. So until now, these innovations, AI and XR, have occurred mostly in silos. But now they're converging. And what we're finding is that when you bring these technologies together, the resulting products are dramatically easier to use and more powerful. And as these products become lighter weight, what we find is that people will be using them throughout more and more of their days. So let's talk about a time in our past, our shared histories, when two technologies have come together to radically change a category. OK, I'm going to do another show of hands here. This is going to be fun. Who here had a smartphone before the iPhone? OK, excellent. So we have, our BlackBerry people, our Symbian people here, all that. If anybody's sending me a message on BlackBerry Messenger, I'm still not getting it. OK, so these devices, you'll recall, they had a little physical keyboard on them, the little physical buttons. And they did have a screen. But you can't touch that screen. If you touch it, it'll smudge, so don't do that. Meanwhile, touchscreen technologies were dramatically advancing. And then they got brought together in the iPhone. And it was a total game changer for the entire smartphone space. We really believe that AI will do for XR products what the touchscreen did for smartphones. It's going to radically change the way that we can get value out of products in this category. So that's why the time is now for Android XR. It's the first new Android platform that we've built in the Gemini era. And the reason that is so important is because it's let us totally rethink how an operating system should work when you can rely on the power of multimodal AI. So it's a platform and an operating system that brings Gemini, Google's conversational AI, to a broad spectrum of devices, everything from headsets to glasses. So today, we're going to go deeper on 3 topics. The first, we're going to talk more about Android XR for headsets and glasses. Second, we're going to talk about how Gemini makes these products so much easier to use. And third, very importantly, we'll talk about how easy it is to actually develop for it. So let's get into it so that we can talk about how we can start developing together this whole new XR future. So we're going to start with one of the most important principles in Android XR, which is that we don't believe that there's going to be a one-size-fits-all product in this category. Rather, we think that the same person will use different XR devices throughout their day. For example, if you want to watch movies, play games, or get engaged in kind of heads-down work, you're going to want an immersive headset. But if you want to be on the go and getting timely information while keeping your phone in your pocket, you'll want lightweight AI glasses. And in both of these form factors, you'll need an easy way of interacting with them. That's where Gemini comes in. So Gemini can understand your context and intent in richer ways. And it can take action for you in both the physical world and the digital world. OK, let's take a closer look at headsets. Headsets with Android XR give you an infinite screen where you can explore and play using familiar apps and services. You can seamlessly transition between virtual and mixed reality, depending on whether you want to be fully immersed or grounded in the real world. Now, you'll have access to all of your favorite Android apps and services because Android XR uses or supports Android apps that are built for phones and tablets. And of course, you can also run apps that are specifically built for XR. You'll interact with the system in headsets using natural interfaces. So that's going to be your hands, eyes, and voice. And Gemini is always there to help. The first device that will launch with Android XR is Samsung's Project Moohan. Moohan gives you an infinite screen to explore your apps with Gemini by your side. So imagine Google Maps. You can just describe anywhere that you want to go and instantly teleport there. And once you're there, you can ask Gemini about anything that you're looking at. It could be a landmark, a menu, some sort of interior architectural feature, whatever it is. And Gemini will immediately bring up relevant YouTube videos, Chrome browser pages, really whatever makes sense in that moment. Or let's take a different example. Sports. Who here doesn't want to have an amazing front row seat? And then also, you can get things like interactive replays, all while talking to Gemini about player stats and game stats. Samsung's Project Moohan will be available for purchase later this year, and we cannot wait for you all to try it out. It is really awesome. OK, so let's change gears. Let's talk about now lightweight, all-day wear, smart glasses. So, as I mentioned, Google has been working in the glasses space for over 10 years, and we have not stopped. Now, for smart glasses to succeed, they have to be stylish enough and comfortable enough that people are happy to wear them all day long. But they also have to pack enough technology into them to provide the AI with enough signals to bring to life the sort of use cases that I mentioned earlier in this talk. So, these glasses have a camera and microphones built into them that give rich multimodal signals to Gemini. They also have speakers and an optional in-lens display to give you a private interface with Gemini so that you can always talk to your digital assistant. Now, these glasses work with your phone, giving you access to your apps while keeping your phone in your pocket. OK, so now let's connect a few dots. We're going to go back 13 years to that 6-train example. It's all becoming possible, right? Because now I have glasses that I wear all day long. They have a camera so they can see that I'm about to walk into the subway station. Those glasses talk to my phone, which has the latest subway info, and it can display that alert in my line of sight. Hey, we did it. Just about. So now, this illustrates why glasses are a natural form factor for AI, bringing the power of Gemini to right where you are. So imagine you're traveling in a foreign country, and you can get live translations of any language as if you can speak any language. Or you're walking around a place that you don't know, and you can get turn-by-turn directions with a 3D map, and suddenly you can get around that place as if you're a local. Or maybe it's just messaging with family and friends while being able to keep your head up and your hands free. These prototypes are already being used by trusted testers, and we're getting really, really fantastic feedback on them. But that's not all. Many of you might have heard that we are taking our partnership with Samsung to the next level by extending Android XR from headsets to now include glasses. So we're going to make the glasses and the reference hardware platform broadly available so that you can start building products that are compatible with Android XR. And developers, you'll be able to start developing for Android XR for glasses later this year. Yeah. Now, we know that glasses, and I just mean regular glasses, play very important roles in people's lives. They affect what you look like. They let you actually see the world. So we understand that smart glasses have to be stylish, and they have to let you put your prescription right in the lens. So that's why we announced that we're first partnering with Gentle Monster and Warby Parker, and we will be working with them and Samsung to ship the first set of smart glasses soon. So, as you can see, this is going to be a whole ecosystem of products. It's not just a single device. So to talk more about how we're going to be working with the whole ecosystem, I'd like to invite up Hugo Swart. He is Google's Senior Director of Ecosystem for XR, who's going to tell you more about how we can all partner together. Hugo.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Hello. First of all, great to be back here at AWE and discuss with the XR community, you all, how to move our industry forward. I'm at Google since last year and lead our ecosystem scaling efforts for Android XR. And I couldn't be more excited with what's ahead. I've been working in XR for over a decade. And the one lesson I've learned, and actually a key pillar for us here at Google, is to enable innovation to the ecosystem, but at the same time, avoid fragmentation. Once you fragment a platform, life gets hard for the OEMs that have to build their own technology stack. Life gets hard for the developer that have to now deal with multiple SDKs. And now ultimately it gets confusing for end users. Nobody's really happy. So as we bring Android to a new form factor, we're committed to investing in the ecosystem. And of course, building this platform has required innovation both in hardware and in software. And that's why we teamed up with Samsung and built it together, built Android XR together as one team with Samsung, and optimized to Snapdragon with Qualcomm. But of course, we don't work alone. It really takes a village to make this happen. We know it takes the whole ecosystem, from ODMs, camera, sensor, and module vendors, display, lens, waveguide makers, and of course, app developers and content providers. And Android openness and collaboration with the community is what makes it possible. That's why we're so happy to be talking to you all. So, our approach is to partner closely with all of you, and Qualcomm in particular, to create a platform that can scale to diversity of products that will meet the user and customer needs of the market. Premium to value tier, consumer to enterprise, video see-through to optical see-through, XR glasses and AI glasses. Of course, easy to say and hard to do. But we're working hard to do our part to ensure that this platform can scale without fragmenting. And I'll share 3 pillars of this strategy. First one, let's talk about perception. We all know that adding world and user understanding is what makes spatial computing unique. We also know that building high-quality perception algorithms that work concurrently is hard and is a major investment. Google, with years of R&D, has partnered with Qualcomm to join forces and create a robust yet flexible perception stack. To do this, our engineers are working side by side, deeply integrating and optimizing our code to Snapdragon to make sure that our perception algos run well across devices of various designs and tiers. And that, of course, also means that Spaces developers have compatibility and are able to seamlessly transition their apps to Android XR. Now let's talk about the second pillar, enabling the ecosystem with a blueprint, so you can have a strong foundation to build upon. By the way, this is one of my favorite topics, reference designs. So Google and Qualcomm are working on reference devices together to enable the industry. And thanks to our multi-generation, multi-year partnership, we will ensure that the ecosystem can build from reference devices that are optimized to the full software stack, including compute, connectivity, and perception. And lastly, we're working with the whole ecosystem of technology providers and suppliers to ensure that those reference devices support a range of components, to tailor devices to the variety of use cases and price points, like working with the select display companies to create options that enable different configurations to balance visual quality and price. And the perfect example of this scaling program is Xreal's Project Aura. Thank you. No, it's really amazing. Hopefully you saw, she's keynote yesterday. And these wired XR glasses connect to a puck that is powered by Snapdragon and using Android XR. And it's being built by leveraging the perception technology and reference components that I mentioned. Project Aura will release first as a developer edition, specifically for developers to begin creating and experimenting. Any developers in the audience? Cool. So, and the great news is, thanks to this scaled approach, the apps that developers are building for headsets will scale to these standard devices. So, build once, available to multiple devices. That's the beauty of Android in general, but Android XR as we work on it. In summary, Android XR is a platform built to scale from the ground up, to devices, to developers, to users, to the whole value chain, this whole group that we have here. And partnering with Qualcomm is helping make all this happen. With that, I'd like to invite my good friend Saeed Bakadir up on stage to talk more about the partnership. Saeed?
Thank you, Hugo. Thank you, Hugo. Good morning, everybody. So amazing to see the progress Android XR has made so far. We at Qualcomm, of course, we have been for a very long time investing in XR, leveraging all the assets, all the goodies that we have built over time across different other businesses, across areas like connectivity, computing, on-device AI, and building best-in-class Snapdragon platform, powering today and in the future different devices that span across a wide spectrum, from smart glasses to mixed reality, and enabling amazing experiences. But as an very early advocator of the transition from 2D screens to spatial compute, we understand, just like Hugo mentioned, the challenges of building for these devices. We understand that a thriving ecosystem has to enable everybody, be it a developer, and I heard there are a few here, right? Are they developers still here? I heard just a few words earlier. Oh, come on, give it a little bit of energy here. A few developers, OEMs, are there OEMs here? ISVs, IHVs, component vendors, and mainly users with quality features, services, and an OS that is fully optimized on the silicon. That is the most important part to delivering those experiences. And this is how Snapdragon Spaces, our integrated developer and ecosystem platform, was born. But to take this to the next level, building on the foundation of what we built on Snapdragon Spaces, building on the core technologies, on the learnings, on the efforts, we partnered with Android XR, taking this to another highest level we can do, bringing all the reach that Android is bringing all the assets and technologies that Android and all the Android services provide as well, and with the aim of building that thriving ecosystem. And our first stride towards this is collaborating with our partner in crime, Samsung, and mainly with the coming device, Project Moohan, which all of us are excited to see it and play with it as soon as it comes out, which is powered based on our latest Snapdragon XR2 Gen 2, offering an amazing visuals with a 4K it's about 4.3K by 4.3K per eye, and amazing VST or video see-through performance. So, but to take it even to the next level, to bring it to everybody, as we said, we need to enable every OEM, every developer, etc. We are making it simple by enabling a much wider ecosystem. We're really putting together a full house pillars that lowers the bar for everybody to enter this market. So Hugo talked about reference designs. We've been talking about platform all the time. We've been talking about ISVs in terms of perception, enabling different solutions out there, different components that can be brought in. We want to work together as one ecosystem for one aim, is to ignite the market, is to give the freedom to build different form factors, different tiers at different price points. Because remember, this market, it's not about one device fit every use case. It's going to be a lot of fragmentation in terms of different devices, because it's a personal device. Even in smartphones today, it still looks almost the same. Every smartphone looks the same, but the glasses, very unlikely, right? And we're very excited to see really the progress, again, we're making here, and look forward to working with the entire ecosystem to drive Android XR to the next level. With that, I would like to invite back Justin, and thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
Man, you're so much better than Zio.
Okay, wait. No, really, is this going to work or what? Okay, I'm back. Hey, everybody. Justin. Okay, great. Okay, so I was happy to hear some hoots about developers being in the room. Hello, developers. So if you are indeed a developer, you're probably thinking, how easy is it? Is this working? Oh, a little closer to my mouth. I don't know about that. Okay, there we go. Oh, look, this is exciting. Oh, we can do this. Does this work?
Yeah.
What I do like about that is that it's giving karaoke vibes, which feels exciting to me. Okay, okay. So look, back to the programming.
Yes, I remember Snapdragon Summit. Yeah, yeah.
In Hawaii. And one of the speakers
Is this mixed reality? Thank you, thank you. I just flew in from New York, and boy, are my wings tired. Okay, so let's get back to it. So developers, this is very important. You probably are thinking, how easy is it to develop for Android XR? And truly, it is very easy. Now, simple statement here. If you're developing for Android, Unity, or OpenXR, you're already developing for Android XR. Now, the reason for that is because Google, as I mentioned, has been in this space for a while, and we've learned quite a few things. And one of those things is that if you're making a new platform and you want developers to build for it, you have to make it super easy to get onto the platform, and you have to offer a path to scale. So this is why we're leveraging existing tools and frameworks to let you get started. So if you're an Android developer, we're extending Android Studio and our Jetpack libraries to XR. If you're a Unity developer, we support Unity's editor and popular XR packages. And Android XR is one of the first platforms to embrace open standards like OpenXR 1.1. Yay. So you can start developing for headsets today. And by doing that, you're going to lay the foundation for developing for wired products and lightweight glasses starting later this year. Now, since releasing the Android XR SDK developer preview last year, and then releasing the developer preview 2 update at I/O this year, we've seen hundreds of developers coming onto the platform building amazing apps. And Google is right there with you. We're using the same SDK, same APIs, and we're reimagining Google's apps for XR. And they are so awesome. I cannot wait for people to try things like YouTube XR. It's so good. So to get started for developing, visit developer.android.com/XR, and you can start using our tools and documentation. And there are also some other great sessions today. For example, Mirrorscape is going to talk about bringing games onto Android XR at 11:50. And then we'll be with Unity and Qualcomm at 2 p.m. talking about some of the tools on the platform. Okay, so let's recap. First, there is an ecosystem of diverse products coming. It's not just a singular product. Very important. Now, the reason it's so important is because there's a diverse set of user needs that will only be met with a diverse set of products. And it's key for giving developers reach. 2, we are bringing AI and XR together to make these XR products both easier to use and dramatically more capable. And 3, we're making developing so easy for the platform by leveraging existing tools, frameworks, and leveraging open standards. So this convergence of XR and AI is going to change the way that we work, connect, and explore. But in order to get there, we're going to have to work together across the full stack, as Hugo and Saeed were just saying. This means hardware, software, content, infrastructure. And by working together, we're going to be able to create some genuinely great products that deliver real value to people. And so, although it's still early with Android XR, we're putting all of the ingredients out there so that we can start partnering as an ecosystem to build and ship amazing XR products. So thank you so much for all of your time and attention today, hearing about how we can start to bring in this new computing revolution together. Thanks, everybody.